Tokyo, 1964.
Some of the athletes from various teams have broken rank to get a closer look. U.S. girls. Sakai is now passing by the bands and through those traditional Japanese drums. Flags of all the nations. Now we're going to one of the most impressive moments of the Olympics, as Sakai will turn and salute the crowd before igniting the cauldron which will burn throughout the Olympic Games until the closing ceremonies, and will be extinguished.
The stretch produced an amazing finish by Billy Mills.
And here we go in the final lap for the gold medal in the 10,000 meter. And up front is Bill Mills. He's pressing Ron Clark, the world champion. Bill Mills, the United States, number 722, is leading Ron Clark. And in third place right now is Mahout Gamudi of Tunis. A tremendous upset if Bill Mills can hang on. But Gamudi goes out ahead as Gamudi right now leading in the 10,000 meter. Ron Clark is third. Rather, Bill Mills is in third. Ron Clark is in second right now. This is the final lap for the 10,000 meter. The unheralded Mahout Gamudi of Tunis is putting on a tremendous sprint. He's out ahead of Ron Clark. Bill Mills, the United States, is in third place. This will certainly be the fastest 10,000 meter ever won by an American.
Here's Mills, who seems to be boxed in. Suddenly there's an opening, and here he comes.
Here they come down the final lap. Can Ron Clark catch Gamudi? They're going through the field. He's coming up. He's passing Gamudi. Look at
Go back and look with our other camera to see exactly how he broke through the pack.
Here they come down the final lap. Can Ron Clark catch Gamudi? They're going through the field. He's coming up. He's passing Gamudi. Look at Mills! Look at Mills! Look at Mills! Mills is coming on. It might be Bill Mills. When it comes back to the Pioneer, Bill Mills wins
Bill Mills, the only American ever to win the gold medal in the Olympic 10,000 meter run.
Thank you. That moment was very, very magical to me. I felt as if I had wings on my feet. Tokyo, Japan, 1964. Won the gold medal. We just returned a few days ago from Tokyo, watching the World Track and Field Championships. I felt like I was 25 years old instead of 3 years from 90. So I fell, injured my knee using the walker. But back to that moment, I was told it was electrifying. I was told the world had just witnessed the greatest upset in Olympic history unfold. But that's not what I took from sport. What I took from sport could be three of the greatest lessons or challenges you and I face in the world today. I took, for example, it's the journey, not the destination, that empowers us. It's the daily decisions we make for ourselves, for our children, etc. The daily decisions we make, not necessarily the talent that we possess, that choreographs our destiny. And most important to me, traveling to over 100 countries now, my wife and I have taken a true sense of global unity through the dignity, character, beauty of global diversity. My Wings of an Eagle dream began when I was 8 years old. My mother had just died. And as I mourned the loss of my mother, my father simply said, "Son, you have broken wings. You cannot fly. It takes a dream to heal broken wings. You'll have a number of dreams as you grow up, son. Find your dreams. They'll take you down a path to where you find a positive, constructive passion in life. Develop the skills to equal the passion. Bring them together. What happens, son, when passion meets equal skills?" I'm 8 years old. I remember saying, "I don't know, Daddy." Boom! He clapped his hands. Magic happens, son. Magical things can happen. Create the magic. And over your lifetime, one or two of the magical things you do in your life just may be looked upon as a miracle. He told me to live by Lakota virtues and values. And he said, "Here's why, son. Compare your Lakota virtues and values with virtues and values from other societies. You're going to find common ground, compassion, generosity, respect, accountability, responsibility. Compare, find common ground. It'll bond. You'll have friendships, and then you can discuss your differences on positive terms." He had me believing I could do anything in the world. We'd go fishing, and we'd be bobbing in and out of the water. We'd have a catfish on the line, and he'd be telling me stories. One day we're fishing, and he said, "We have to start home, son. We're walking. You've got to get me to the hospital." In a blizzard, 2:00 in the morning, "Son, you've got to get me to the hospital." We didn't have a car. We'd walk 1.5 miles. A thunderstorm of warm midnight. This day was different. A Sunday afternoon. He said, "Son, I can't make it walking. You've got to find me a ride." I was this young boy not knowing really what a stroke was. I begged people to take my dad to the hospital. Nobody had the time. He said, "Son, we made it walking. We can do it again." I'm 12 years old. I'm balancing myself. His arm is over my neck, and I'm barely able to stand up. We went 30 yards. The pain was too severe. He had to stop. I felt I was letting my father down. A car pulled up. We'll take your dad to the hospital. I get my dad in the car. I start to get in. He stopped me. He said, "Son, this is my journey. Your journey's yet to come. Find your passion. Create the magic." He kissed me. The car drove off, and I completed those thoughts. Find your passion, develop the skills, bring them together, create the magic. But I was not ready. I was not ready for the challenges I would face. Being spit upon, half white and half Indian, going to college and not able to join a fraternity, not able to room with two friends of mine, one's white and one's black, telling me, "We don't want to serve you." I broke. What I didn't know, I had health issues. Today they call it insulinoma. Women usually get. On my pancreas, since high school, I've had a tumor that spews extra insulin, takes me high and low. So rare for the tumor to turn into cancer. After 40 years, they quit testing me for cancer 2 years ago. But I didn't know those things. When I go low blood sugar, what came with that was depression, suicidal thoughts. I felt alone, but I prayed a lot. I prayed to my dad that God would give him messages to help me. The third time I made All-American, or the fourth time, I'm asked to get out of the photo. I broke. I know what it is to be broken. I'm on a chair, leaning out the window, a junior in college. I didn't want to kill myself. I just wanted to go where it would be quiet. I'll tell you why I didn't jump. I didn't hear through my ears, underneath my skin, energy, movement that spoke an unspoken word. That unspoken word sounded like my dad's voice. Don't. Then loving, gentle, compassionate, don't. I remember getting off the chair and writing down a dream to heal a broken soul. I wrote gold medal, Olympic 10,000 meter run, 1964, Tokyo, Japan. Why? God has given me the ability. The rest is up to me. Go back to the University of Kansas, and this co-ed walked by me. And she glanced at me and I glanced at her. I made connections with her eyes. And yes, you can fall in love just by seeing somebody's eyes. I continued to follow her. Eventually, we dated. She said, I know you're something, but what are you? I was so shy. I said, I'm a Sioux Indian. She said, where are you from? All I could say, Maurice, Pine Ridge. So she checked what a Sioux Indian was. She checked where Pine Ridge was and started communicating with me. I told her that I had suicidal thoughts. I told her I had a dream to heal a broken soul. We were married, and she said, your dream's my dream. And her dreams became my dream. Training for the Olympic Games, graduated from college, took a commission in the United States Marine Corps. In college, they would say low self-esteem. You're orphaned. You come from poverty. You're a minority. If you want to amount to anything, you just have to learn how to deal with that. But I knew I didn't have low self-esteem. From the time I was little, my dad told me to follow your dream. I felt one day out of my life, I could be the best in the world. 12 years of training. My career was the last 11 months. I fell apart. I was number 2, 3 or 4, academically and physically, going through the Marine Corps training to be an officer. I fell apart. I go to the doctor. I said, "Doctor, do me a favor." The Navy doctor's listening. "Don't tell me I have low self-esteem." He looked at me and said, "You're a Marine Corps lieutenant. I've never met a lieutenant that had low self-esteem. We don't talk about that." And I just grabbed a hold of that. He said, "You're type 2 diabetic. You don't go extremely high, we'll call it borderline diabetic." Eventually, insulinoma was the diagnosis. The last 11 months of my career is my sports career. 7 American records, 1 world record, 1 gold medal, an American record, 1 #1 ranking in the world, a number 3 in the 5 and the 10. All the last 11 months of my career. Where did I find the strength to stay the course? I found the strength by comparing my Lakota virtues and values with the virtues and values of this incredible democratic experiment. They're similar. It's the core of our Constitution. It's the core of the Lakota way of life. It's one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I believed in that. I wanted to participate in it. We're in Tokyo. The gun goes off. Patricia had an incredible seat. 90 meters from the finish line, 14 rows up, 3 seats in from the finish line, the direction of the finish line. Right away, Ron Clarkson, world record pace. We finished the first lap. I tucked in with the top 5. We're on world record pace. We're approaching the halfway point. It's faster than I could go. My first step when the gun went off, I have to win this race. Halfway point, we're under world record pace on a muddy track. I'm ready to decide I can't go anymore. Instead, I took the lead to slow the pace. Ron Clark, the world record holder, shot past me. He took the lead. He slowed the pace. A major signal. 2 laps to go. We're no longer under world record pace, but we're under the Olympic record. I could not go with them anymore. 2 laps to go. Mamawolde fell off from Ethiopia. There's 3 of us left. Gamudi from Tunisia, Clark from Australia, me from the US. I took the lead to slow the pace. The world record holder, Ron Clark, shot past me again. He slowed the pace. The major signal, I could be with him in the final rush. That final drive, I'm gonna be with him. Then I started going low blood sugar. You just can't respond to low blood sugar. 300 meters to go. I moved on Clark's shoulder. He accidentally pushed me into the 3rd lane. I stumbled. I closed back on his shoulder. Gamudi broke between us. And the sticky, clammy sweat that comes with low blood sugar, not the free-flowing sweat of exercise. I made a decision. I'll let them get maybe 10 yards ahead of me. I'd make one final try coming off the final curve. Boom, we're there. They're 10 yards ahead of me. Lifting my knees, lengthening my stride. I'm moving, but not fast enough. I could look up and I could see Patricia, but I did not look, because if she showed the slightest doubt, I was out of the race. I go by a runner who were lapping. The runner turned. I saw an eagle on his jersey. I'm this little boy. Son, if you do these things, someday you can have wings of an eagle. Wings of an eagle. I can win, I can win. Then this strange thought, I'm gonna win, but I may not get to the finish line first. But I'm gonna try to get to the finish line first. Wings of an eagle. I can win, I can win, I can win. The tape breaks across my chest. An official came up to me. Who are you? Who are you? And I said, oh my God, did I miscount the laps? Did I have one more lap to go? He said, new Olympic champion. So I turned around and said, number one. They said, is there anything we can do for you? I simply said, I want my wife. Within moments, they're tapping Patricia on the shoulder. Mrs. Mills, the new Olympic champion, requests his wife. They brought her down to me. We hugged. I started crying. Pat, I know what it meant. I'm gonna win, but I may not get to the finish line first. Pat, I healed a broken soul. I healed a broken soul. And in the process, I'm an Olympic gold medalist. And if sports reporters want to tease me and just have some fun together, they'll say, Billy, well, the Olympics start in 2 weeks. You're still the sole member of that elite club of one from America and the Western Hemisphere to win a gold medal in the 10,000 meter run. But the highlight was in Paris, where we celebrated the gold medal club of the Olympic Games, which celebrated its 2,800th birthday. When I left for the Olympic Games, Oliver Red Cloud said, Billy, take our most powerful prayer with you. We are all related. Traditionally, Pat and I have 2 granddaughters. We're not related by blood. But traditionally, they're my grandchildren, Savannah here and Lexi. Traditionally, the Lakota way has enriched my life, empowered me with this democratic experiment, our democracy. Take our Lakota prayer with you, Billy. You'll be competing against new relatives. Share with them that you come from the heart of everything that is the Black Hills. So I'm flying into Tokyo. I look out the window and I saw Mount Fuji. So powerful, majestic. That has to be the heart of everything that is to the Japanese. In the village, I read an article how the leaders of Japan, when the first atomic bomb was dropped, they wanted the children born then, and the leaders of the Olympic Games in that era wanted children born on the opening ceremonies of the Olympics, and all those in between, to see the world as one. I could sit down with Japanese athletes and we would compare. We'd compare our virtues and values. We've done that worldwide. Pat and I had dinner 5 years ago in a Muslim country. 12 men at the table. 2 men got up, went to the kitchen where the women were. My Olympic friend brought his mother back and said, my mother will sit on my right. My auntie, Pat, will be on my left. And said, the first time in the history of our family, we have 2 women joining us men. Generation after generation after generation in time, going back. This is the first time we have women joining us for dinner. We've experienced change in the world. We've experienced global unity through the dignity, character, beauty of global diversity, the future of humankind, all because a Lakota elder who became our chief traditionally in 1990s, take the virtues and values with you. You'll be meeting relatives throughout the world. I believe in our democratic experiment. I don't believe in giving up on it. I believe we fight to correct the flaws and we make it better. So as Pat and I were in Japan, I stood on the victory stand. I cried. I fought back tears twofold. When our national anthem was played, but I also cried because I didn't feel like I belonged. A young lieutenant with our eldest daughter driving through Arizona. We were tired, been driving all day. Went into a motel, vacancy. I walk in, had my Marine Corps uniform on, but my skin was dark. Sorry, we just sold out. Another hotel, 5 hotels. Sorry, we just sold out. Then I realized what was happening. I went back to the very first one. I said, Patricia, you go in. She came out and said, they have a lot of rooms. Then she realized the innocence systemic racism can have, but she also saw the devastating results it could bring. She's been with me where I've been spit upon, called a prairie N-word. As my agent, she's taken the phone calls where they said, Billy, you come into our community and you talk like I'm doing now. You're not returning alive. That's not this democratic experiment. It's a flaw we need to correct. So I believe in the Constitution of the United States of America. So I came back from the Olympic Games and I wanted to understand why. So as I get ready to close in about 5 minutes, I don't make decisions for anybody. We have to make the decisions. If we want to correct the flaws of this incredible democratic experiment, I believe in the youth of America. I believe in our democracy. So I set on a course. Why do we do what we do? I started with the Lakota virtue, honesty and truth, and learned by asking a lot of questions. Here's a cause, here's an effect. And we address the effect. We do not address the cause. And I'll give you a couple examples. I started reading the Doctrine of Discovery. Now I'm a Christian man. How did I find Christianity? My Lakota virtues and values led me to Christianity. I have friends of mine now that are Olympians who are Christians who will say, Billy, you keep following those Lakota virtues and values, you're going to hell. They will tell me that today. It led me to Christianity. So I read the Doctrine of Discovery, and it's displayed today in America. How many of you may have read the Doctrine of Discovery? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hands. Read it. It'll bring us together, or you'll decide if we don't want to come together. In college, I read about Tocqueville, the French philosopher who studied our democratic experiment. He said, America can never be defeated from without, but it can be defeated from within, depending upon how we treat the descendants of the slaves, are the indigenous people whose lands our country was built upon. I read the 1936 Christian era, which said, when fascism comes to America, it'll be wrapped in the American flag, carrying a cross. I read once, can't find it anymore, or a Bible proclaiming to improve, to save our democracy. Truth is what we need to speak from. An accurate expression of our emotions and feelings. Honesty, you can express your emotions and feelings honestly, even though it may not be the truth. You can express your emotions and feelings honestly to deceive people. So challenge our leaders to speak the truth. Accurate expressions of our emotions and feelings honestly. So what all of this created, the doctrine of discovery created genocide. Pope Francis called it genocide. Slavery came into existence. No words can describe the innocence, the treatment of the innocent. Jim Crow, the war on drugs to make hippies and young black men felons. Those have all influenced our way of life, our educational system, our social system, our political system, forever dictating our rule of law. I share that because we have important decisions to make. My decisions go with correcting the flaws of this incredible democratic experiment. My decisions go with we're all related. My decisions go with one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.